Hey guys, this is Zebra Girl, and today I'm bringing you part 8 of the Darkiplier X-Raider story, Static and Love. And this chapter is called Blood is Needed. You walked down to the pharmacist's pharmacy to see if it was open. You breathed in slowly and you breathed out slowly, and you entered. The person at the counter smiled and said, "Good morning, miss." You smiled back. "Good morning." You said, started to search for a pregnancy test, but you couldn't find them. "Do you need help, miss?" said the young lady. Yeah, do you have any pregnancy tests?" You asked. "Hang on." Then the young lady went through the employees only door and walked up to the counter, and you walked up to the counter. It took about 2 minutes for her to come out with one. "You're lucky, this is the last one in stock." You smiled. "Thank you. How much?" The girl looked around and the cameras weren't looking. She just passed it to you. "Take it." "Shouldn't I pay for it?" She giggled. It's on me, so here, really, it's okay." You took it and put it in your jumper pocket and smiled at her. "Thank you." "Oh, I'm Connie. Pleased to meet you, miss." "Please, call me Molly." "Hey, if you finish work, do you want to, hang out or get coffee or something?" She smiled. "My shift doesn't finish till 6 tonight, but sure. I'll wait outside these doors if you want to." You smiled and nodded. You walked out the door and exited the smile, knowing that you made a new friend. You walked by the butcher's when your heart started to beat really fast. Were you having a heart attack? No. Because if you were, it would be hurting. You noticed a sign on the window saying, "Blood bags for sale to keep meat fresh." The word blood made you lick your lips. Why? You entered to see the butcher draining the blood into the bags, and he looked over. "Oh, hello, love. Didn't see you there. I take it that you're here for some blood bags?" You nodded nervously, wondering what was going on. Yeah. I don't want my pork going horrible." He nodded. "Special happening?" You shook your head as a no. Just gonna cook a good meal for my lover and his brother." Okay." He pulled out 3 medium-sized bags. "Well, it's usually £7, but for pork, you need some extra, so these are free." "Don't tell my boss." "Oh, and here's a plastic bag for him." He kindly put them in the bag for you, gave you the bag, and it was quite heavy. "Oh, are you okay?" You nodded. Yeah, it's fine, thanks." "Harry." You read out his name tag. You slowly made your way to the door and he said, "Hope to see you again." You smiled at him and left. Your heart was still beating really fast, and you started to sweat. When you came to the store, you thought to yourself, "Well, I did say I needed to go out and get some food." You walked in and you got some apples, a cake mix, and some orange juice. You happily paid and slowly walked home. You started to get really hungry. So you got one of the apples you brought and bit into it. It was a bit sweet, but it was okay. You swallowed it, but as soon as you did, you felt sick. You quickly went into the alleyway and you sicked up the apple. You panted from being tired, and you felt like you couldn't stand up. "Blood," you thought you heard. You looked around to see no one there. "Drink. Blood." You heard it again. But it wasn't a voice like someone was talking to you, but a voice in your head. "Who are you? Please, just do it. I am hungry." You thought you were going crazy, so you asked again. "Who are you?" "I beg of you, Molly. Please, drink a bit of the blood. Oh, I won't be able to protect you from Wilford. You then remembered your dream. Someone was protecting you from that monster, and it said the same voice as it said, Mummy. You look at the bag, and you get placed one of the blood bags into your lap, and you say, I'll have some when I get home, you said. Then the voice said, Okay, but hurry. If I don't drink, I'll have to feed off you, and that will kill you. And me. You put the blood bag back, and you stood up, really hurt, but you managed to make it back in time. You unlocked the door, walked inside and locked the door again, and quickly made your way to the kitchen. You got a glass out and nervously opened the bag a bit, and you poured a glass of pig's blood. That's what it said on the bag. It smelled sweet, so you took a sip and you felt yourself getting some energy back. More, please. You started to sip quicker and quicker until the glass had nothing left. You gasped for air as you did it in one big sip. Thank you. I won't need a refill till tomorrow or later, so please enjoy yourself. Then the voice went away. You quickly placed the glass into the sink to wash. You checked around to make sure there was no one looking around. You ripped off the label that read pig's blood. You scrunched it up and placed it in the bin. You got some stickers and you wrote red soda onto it, and you placed them in the fridge. You closed it and you turned around to see Dark standing there in his black hoodie and dark blue jeans. He made you jump. Oh, Dark. You scared me, babes, you said with a nervous smile. Where were you? He sighed. I left a note saying I was going to go to the shops and get some stuff. He put a smile on his face. Just wondering. You know how much I worry about you. He slowly walked in and hugged you, and kissed your forehead. You looked up at him. I know you worry, but I'm fine, I promise. He smiled and let go, and he opened the fridge and took out the open blood bag. What's this stuff? I've never heard of red soda before. You took it from him. It's new from the shop, so there's only 3 left, so I got some, and it's really nice. Dark smelled it and then heaved. Oh, wow. That's strong stuff, you laugh. Yeah, I recommend not drinking it. He laughed as well. Yeah, a good idea. He then packed all your shopping away that you got. Thanks, babes. That's okay, he said again as he kissed your forehead. Now I'm going for my morning flight. I'll see you later, okay? You nodded. Okay. He then unlocked the door and you watched him fly off into the clouds. You closed your door and quickly got the pregnancy test from your pocket. Thank God it wasn't in my pocket. It was in my pocket. Luckily Dark didn't see it. You went into the bathroom and did what you needed to do. And after you placed the test on the side, waiting, you sighed, becoming impatient. Come on. How long does it take? You stood up and you looked at the test. Positive, it read. You laughed and giggled to yourself, knowing that you were going to have Dark's child. Then the voice returned. Why did you take the test? I just had to make sure, that's all. You thought you were going crazy, didn't you? You smiled. Just a bit. And the voice said, I love that smile, Mummy. You smiled again, doing circular motions on your belly with your hand. That tickles and is relaxing at the same time, the voice said. Then the doors open. Talk later. Then the voice stopped and someone knocked on the bathroom door. Molly, can you hurry? I think I'm going to pee myself. You quickly threw the test away into the bin and opened the door. Sorry, Mark. He walks into the bathroom. It's okay. Close your door on the way out. So you did that. You again walked into the kitchen. You started making pancakes for breakfast. Now, since it was 9 in the morning. As well as the voice came back. As well, just to warn you, most people don't survive the giving birth part. You asked why you were making pancakes. Why? Because the child drinks the blood of the mother when they're giving birth, so it slowly kills you. And plus, we grow really quickly, so you'll be ready to burst in about 10 days. But I promise I won't drain too much of your blood. So keep a blood bag with you just in case, and when I'm born, you'll be extremely weak. But I will be able to give you some of my life aura to make you stable again. You smile again, you ask, do I just have to drink blood, or can I eat normally? I only made you sick up that apple because it was way too sweet. So now you can, but when I get bigger, you'll have to stop eating food and only drink blood. That's okay, you added. You added some sugar and you took them out. You added some sugar to the pancakes and you took them out, placed them on the plate, and you shouted to Mark, "Mark, breakfast!" Then the voice said, "Wow, you're loud." You giggle, but then Mark leaves the bathroom. He's holding the test and he doesn't look happy. You slowly walk up to him. "What's wrong?" He looks at you with a concerned face. "You're pregnant with Dark's child." "Yes, is that a bad thing?" He grabs your hand and takes you into his room and sits you down on the bed and hands you a silver book from his shelf. "Please listen to me and read this." He hands you a book and opens on a chapter called Demon Children. "Read this to me." You look through the chapters to see dead children with horns and half-deformed wings and just a black mess. "Mark, what is this?" you ask. "This book describes a demon and a human having a child. It always kills the mother no matter what, and the baby usually dies during the birth, but if the mom somehow survives, the child will end up killing the mom from drinking her blood. And it searches for more, and it drinks and drinks until it's no longer a child, but it's a monster. And it's usually the dad who has to kill it by burning it so it stops its rampage." You start to worry when the voice says, "Don't listen to him, Mom." "No, it's not true, Mom. Listen to me. If you keep drinking the blood, I won't want it when I'm born, and I'll grow out of drinking blood when I grow. And I'll be able to protect you with my powers that I have. Please." You look at Mark and close the book and hand it back to him. You're about to walk outside the door when he grabs you again. "Molly, I don't want you to get hurt." You turn and face Mark. "I won't get hurt. I know that. I know what I'm doing, and Lucas won't hurt me. He won't become a monster like them. He'll be a proper little boy." "Molly, do you hear yourself? He is tricking you." You pull your hands out of Mark's grasp. "How can you even say that? You're supposed to be my friend." Mark looks at you with a sad face. "I just want to protect you." "Saying to get rid of my child is a way to protect me? Please, if you were a friend, you'd be supporting me through this." He then looks angry. I can't. Not knowing that you're going to die." A tear then goes down his face. You walk over to him and hug him, even though he's still in his underwear. "I won't die. I promise." He smiles to himself. "Okay, then I'll support you. Thank you. Come on, let's go. Breakfast is gonna get cold." You walk out of his room and go into the living room. You place the pancakes onto his plate and place it by his seat. And then all of a sudden Dark comes back as you see through the window. He walks in his no. Oh my god, what am I doing? You place the pancakes on his plate and placed it in his seat. He walks in wearing a grey dressing jacket and you hear a thud outside. Dark opens the door and smells the pancakes. Ooh, they smell good. His wings fold into his back and he sits down. He bends over to you and gives you a massive smile. And he sees a massive smile on your face. Why are you so happy then? You stand up and walk over to him. I have some news. He also stands up and looks at you. What kind of news? I'm pregnant. Dark's face goes from happy to a dark red in anger. Dark walks past you and down the hallway, and you follow. Dark, wait, you said, touching his arm. Only for him to turn around and slap you across the face, causing you to hit the wall and fall to the floor. He then looks at you in horror and runs into his room, locking it. Mark runs over to you, seeing your head is bleeding and one of your teeth came out. He picks you up and places you on his bed. Placing you on there, you are knocked out completely. Mark slowly opens your mouth and carefully removes the tooth that Dark had done. Fuck's sake, Dark. Mark exits the room only to knock on Dark's door. Fuck off, he shouts. Then Mark unlocks the door and walks in with an angry face. He saw Dark in the corner of his room. He saw Dark in the corner of his room, facing the wall. Mark then places the tooth on the study table, and it makes a small noise, causing Dark to turn around to see the tooth. And he begins to cry and sits back onto the floor. Look at what you did, Dark. You hurt her. Again. I didn't mean to, Dark shouted. Well, you did. And if you're not going to help her through this, then I will. Dark looks up at Mark. She will die. My one true love will die, and it's my fault. Mark slowly makes his way to Dark. No one knew this was going to happen. Just like last time, she'll die and the child will be born dead. Digging his head into his legs and cried. Mark came down to Dark's level and put his hand on his shoulders. We won't let that happen, okay? Now Molly's knocked out cold in there, and if she wakes up, she will need you there. Dark continues to cry. Mark sighs and stands up and walks to the door. When you're ready to see her, come into my room. Mark then leaves, going in to his room, only to see someone sitting at the bottom of the bed. Sophie? Is that you? She looks up with an angry face. Where is he? Where is Dark? Mark then sat at the end of the bed as well. Listen to me. This has happened before. I know that, and he just knocked her out. He could have killed her. Then Dark stood at the door and Sophie saw him. You bastard! Mark restrained her. Look at what you did to her. She could be in a coma thanks to you. Dark didn't say anything. Sophie stopped squirming and slowly calmed down. Dark walked past them both and sat by your side. Dark held your hand and placed his head on your belly to hear the heartbeat. He closed his eyes and a tear dropped onto your belly, only for his eyes open to hear a voice. Don't worry, Dad. I won't hurt her. I promise. Then Dark felt a hand stroke his hair. He looked up at you, seeing with a small smile on your face. Dark quickly got Mark's gaming chair and sat next to you. You looked at him and asked, Why? He held your hand. I'm ever so sorry for what I did to you, Molly. I shouldn't have done what I did. I've got bad memories from the past, and you put your hand on his hand and you said, Shh. I know you have had a bad time before this. And this is me, okay? I promise you I will be okay. You turn your head to see Sophie and you chuckle. Sophie? What are you doing here? I saw what happened and I wasn't happy, so I came here to help you. But won't you have to go again? I talked to my boss and he said it's okay to stay for at least 10 days, but I have to return by that night. You smile and then look at Mark. Thank you for placing me here, Mark. He smiled. You looked at the time and it was only 9:30. Guys, I'm really tired. Is it okay if I get some sleep? They all nod and leave. Dark and Sophie were at each other's throat. Mark managed to keep the peace between them, and after they left, you slowly sat up and climbed out of bed. You got onto Mark's computer and found Connie on Facebook. You messaged her saying, "Had an accident, so I won't be able to make it. Sorry." She messaged back, "It's okay, when you're feeling better, we can hang out." He smiled. Then Lucas spoke. "Lucas? Is that my name? If you're a boy, then yes." "Mom, I'm hungry again." You stood up and walked to the door, and you called Dark over. Dark, can you come here, please?" Dark quickly ran to you. "Yes, are you okay?" You smile. Could you get me a cup of red soda, please?" Dark then quickly ran to the kitchen and made you a cup of red soda. Then he gave it to you while you're standing by the door. "Anything else, Miles?" You put your hand on his face and kissed him on the lips. Ooh. Time skip of 9 days. You were huge. You couldn't even stand up straight from everything that was happening. You walked into the living room to see Dark, Mark, and Sophie watching something funny on TV. "Can I join?" They turned and Dark moved over so you could take his seat. But the first step you made, you felt pain going straight through your body. Then the voice said, "It's time, Mom." You let out a horrible scream, landing on your back, making the pain even worse. Everyone stood up and ran to you. "What do we do? What do we do?" Mark says. Sophie says, "Help me! Go onto the carpet, quickly! Dark, you go get a bag of red soda so she can be hydrated." Dark ran to the kitchen. Sophie and Mark carried you onto the carpet. You were still screaming. They placed you on the carpet and Dark brought out the half-red soda. Dark looked at Mark. "Isn't there another full bag?" No, there isn't." Still screaming, Lucas was talking. "Mom, drink the blood. I won't let you die. And you need to push." Dark put the bag next to you and you quickly grabbed it and started to drink. You put it down and pushed. Sophie had the eyes to see what was happening as you don't want a bloke staring down there. Sophie had a smile on her face. "I can see the head! Keep pushing, Molly! You can do it!" You grabbed the bag and drank again and pushed as well. "Come on, it's nearly there!" You pushed a final time and the pain went away. You took one last sip before dropping the bag. The baby started to cry. Sophie backed away so Dark could hold his new son or daughter. Dark crawled slowly to Molly's legs to see a little baby boy still crying. Dark picked him up. The child stopped crying when Dark picked him up. He opened his eyes to reveal he had one crimson eye and one sea blue eye, but apart from that the child looked normal. Dark smiled. "Molly, look! It's a little boy!" You didn't respond. "Molly?" Sophie went to you and put your hands on her shoulders. "Molly? Molly, wake up!" You didn't move and you were limp. Mark put his hands over his face and began to cry. "God damn it, Molly! Why?" Dark crawled over to you with Lucas in his arms. "Molly, this isn't funny. Wake up. Wake up!" Dark began to cry and his tears were landing on you. He put his hand on your face and Lucas began cooing to go to you. Dark sat you up and put and put your arms in the holding position to hold him. He placed Lucas into your arm, and Lucas's crimson eye began to glow. A dark smoke started to appear around the young boy, and the smoke started to cover Molly. Your life started to flash before your eyes, up to the point that Lucas was born, when you hear a voice. "Mummy, come back. I need you. Dad needs you. Please, Mum, accept this and live." You saw the light or a smoke creature. You decided to walk towards the smoke creature. It held its hands out and you placed your hand upon it, and the smoke started to go slowly through your mouth and nose. "Wake up, Mummy. Please." Back in the real world, the smoke was still going around you. Everyone was waiting. "Come on, son. You can do it. Molly, come on. Please, I can't lose my friend." Then, your lifeless body inhaled the smoke and it went into your body. You slowly opened your eyes and looked down to see your son in your arms. His crimson eye then lost the light and went back to normal. You bring Lucas to your head and cry, "Thank you for saving me, my son." Lucas smiles and starts playing with your face with his hands. Then everyone around hugs you. "You're alive! Thank you so much. Babes, don't ever leave me again." You giggle and everyone started to cry. Then everyone let go. "What's wrong?" Dark asked. You smile at him and Lucas. "Lucas saved me from death." "Lucas? Yeah, I like that name." Dark moved closer to you and hugged you both, and Lucas cooed and laughed. "Would you like to cut the cord, Dark?" you asked. Dark made one of his nails go long and sharp, and he snipped it. Sophie came over and looked at Lucas. "He's so cute. But listen, I've got to go now, but I promise I'll see you again." She gave you a hug and ran to Mark's room, only to disappear moments later. Mark got down to your level and hugged you and kissed your forehead. "Never do anything like that again." "I promise I won't." Mark lets go and sits next to you. "He looks like you, Dark." "You think?" You look at Dark, then you look at Lucas. "Yeah, he's got one of your crimson eyes, and the other one is sea blue like mine. And he has your black hair, but nothing else." Dark smiles. "Maybe when he's older, he'll have some of the powers like me." You all stay sitting on the floor for some time, until you, Mark, Dark, and Lucas fell asleep. Okay, that was part 8 of Static and Love. That was a rather long chapter. I'm very sorry about that. I don't think the other chapters are like that, but I hope you enjoyed. And nonetheless, sorry about all the hand movements that I was doing. The arm that I'm using to hold up the camera is like really aching, so I had to change it a bit. But thank you for listening, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!